Alright guys, let's do something fun today. I got a whole bunch of coins in my portfolio / watch list that I think are good. Some are a little more high risk, but you know, potentially high reward. And I want to sort those now. What I actually think is possible. As you can see right here, I'm not saying like 100x here, 100x there. 50x is the max, because we want to stay a little realistic in this market. And I think that if we walk away with a 50x this cycle, crazy. So let's see what all these coins can actually do according to what I think based on their developments and the charts. Okay, so it might be a long video, but I don't randomly want to say Seedify, you know, good coin 10x. Now I want to show you why I think that based on multiple things. So if you like that, please like the content, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on. The bull market is about to start and it's gonna be fun, man, and I want us all to be here well prepared. Before we get into this, I want to go over a couple of things. What I see a lot of these things, man. I see a lot of these things where people actually call for a Bitcoin top at around 85k. And if I look at the timeline right here, should be not much later than beginning of 2025. I think a lot of people, they say this, right? And he also says, and no, this is a rough sketch to the top. It will not be 85k necessarily. I expect lower, right? So I see so many people saying like, wow, we going so low this cycle. We have all these ETFs. We have pro-presidential elections right now. We have potential QE coming. We have rate cuts coming. We have mass institutional adoption. And Bitcoin will only go around 10k higher than the all-time high. Ridiculous nonsense in my opinion, okay? Also time-wise, come on guys, let's stick to the 4-year cycle. We will be fine, okay? So don't let these kind of tweets scare you off. I think this is complete nonsense. We're going much higher, and I don't want to be like super bull. It's not that I'm saying we're going to $1 million or anything like that, but we have to stay a little realistic, man. We have to stay a little realistic. Crown says for the Bitcoin bullas, which is very interesting as well, he marked off every time the hash ribbon flashed right here into the buy zone. And I think this is a weekly time frame, not sure, could be daily as well, but the last 2 times it happened, Bitcoin had a massive run up, and as he says right here as well, the average time it takes is 64 days. The average move before the first correction is 62%. The lowest was 40%. We just got it at $65,000. Okay, so if we go to Bitcoin and see what that could potentially take us, so $65,000 and 32%, that's the lowest, right? That could put Bitcoin for this move at around $87,000 already. Super bullish, of course. And you know, these are all averages, but that's all I love, averages. That's what works best. What's also super interesting is, like Dave says, we got Kamala now going to speak at the Bitcoin conference. So you are telling me that all 3 leading US leaders, presidential candidates, are coming to the Bitcoin conference. That's unreal. It's unreal. And the first day of the Ethereum ETF already had more than $1 billion in volume. Guys, the bull market is going to get we're going to see a crazy bull market, okay? Therefore, we want to prepare. Why? All the things we just spoke about, super bullish for Bitcoin, okay? So, hey, maybe just buy Bitcoin, right? But if we look at the Bitcoin dominance, you can see that the Bitcoin dominance had you know, it had a run up really hard, right? At a certain point, the Bitcoin dominance will come down. Will it first have a new break to the upside? Probably. Let altcoins get a little more wrecked. But then, once we see the dominance fall and altcoins take the money that's coming into Bitcoin, it's party time. And that's why the unrealistic alt season happens, that we have seen 2 times before in crypto's history. We're going to witness the 3rd, and it's going to be legend. Wait for it, Derry. Okay, now let's get into the tier list. I'm so freaking excited, man. So let's start off with Big Daddy Bitcoin, of course. Now, I know most people are going to look for the coins that end up here, right? But I already want to say, and I hope you understand, the higher in this list a coin is, automatically the more risk it has as well. So if you have like a 10K portfolio, don't spread your full 10K in this 50x area completely, right? Because the higher the chance that you lose it, right? You cannot have a lot of reward without risk, okay? That's permanent. Nevertheless, you want to spread it, in my opinion. You want to spread it, okay? If you, by the way, want me to do such a video with certain coins that you like, let me know. I will make a follow-up with these coins. Now, let me get into it. Bitcoin, I want to start off there. I think that Bitcoin is set for a 2 up till a 5x maybe in this run. Why? Well, very simple, because if you look at Bitcoin, $65,000 right now, people calling for 80K, that's complete nonsense. That's 20% from here. We have a year of a bull run to go. And with all we just spoke about, in that year, Bitcoin is not going to make a bigger move than 20%. Are you mental? Are you completely mental? Of course it is. Now, what I think is Bitcoin at least goes through 110K. 120 is my bear target, basically, and that's 80%. So if we have double of that, it's 135K. There are a lot of indicators for Bitcoin that point out that we could do way better, of course. Look, I mean, if you look at the halvings, every time after the halving, and this is not a full chart, so let me go over here. Every time after the halving, Bitcoin did not just went up, it went parabolic, right? We had the halving and we went parabolic. We had the halving, we went parabolic. Halving, parabolic. Halving, 20%, retard. No, I'm not saying that we are going just as parabolic, okay? Absolutely not. Diminishing returns are actually a thing, of course. But up is quite the direction I expect, right? That's just putting some brain cells to it, and then you'll get there. If you look at the logarithmic regression bands, this is how Bitcoin is moving. Guys, look at this. Every time in a bull market, we get to or close to the upper band, right? Every bull market, here, 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 and here. You know where that band is sitting if we will get there right now? That's sitting at 180K at a minimum, and for the upper band, it's 270K. Now, again, that's if we get there today, right? If we get there according to the 4-year cycle, so like in 14 months, 15, 16, 17 months from now, somewhat like that, yeah, the band will be sitting higher as well, right? So that would suggest like, hey, a $200,000 to $300,000 Bitcoin is nothing weird, right? Now, I don't want to be, I don't know. I want to be cautious, but I also don't want to be too cautious. So I would say from, and all these coins are from these levels, right? I would say Bitcoin, I'm doubting between a 2 and a 5x. I will put it at a 2x, but I would not be surprised if it gets to a 5x, okay? Really in the middle. I would say 3.5 maybe. Okay, next one, Seedify. Seedify is a launchpad. Seedify is, was the leading launchpad. There's a lot of competition nowadays. There are many launchpads. There are many launchpads that are developing quicker. Seedify as a company is trying to do a lot of things at the same time, which is on one hand very good because they try to be innovative. On the other hand, I feel like focus on the launchpads. You know, competition is getting ahead of you. There are newer launchpads that do it better, like ChainGPT, right? It is what it is. It's all a competition though. But Seedify showed us that in the last year, once the market was running, it went from 50 cents to $5.50. It did a 10x easy, where the altcoin market on average did a 4x or 3.5x even. So Seedify is a big outperformer once the market goes up. That's good. That's really good. Right? So what do I think once, you know, alt season comes combined with a bull market and an IDO season? Yeah, that 5x is going to be basically nothing, and that Seedify might go to $10. And you want to compare market caps, right? Because it went already quite close to its previous market cap because there are now more tokens in circulation. So the previous $18 from the previous cycle, That's going to be hard. That's going to be hard. It's not going to be impossible though, but it's going to be hard. Seedify is now 170. I would say, yeah, between a 5 and a 10x from this point. And 5x is around $8, 10x is around $17. I think it could go to $10. At this point, I would say a 5x is possible, but again, I'd rather put it in the middle actually. But it depends on what Bitcoin does, right? But 5x from here, $540 million market cap. That's way surpassed the previous all-time high. While there is more competition in the space right now, I think we should not be too bullish on some things, right? We should be a little realistic, and if it goes beyond it, hey, that's only a positive surprise. Next one is OXO. I like OXO, man. I like OXO. The cool thing is that, you know, these AI coins are all crap, actually, because it's all new, right? There is an AI hype, and all of a sudden, a lot of AI coins are coming out. So yeah, I don't know. I'm wondering like how good it could actually be if it's developed like that fast. And that goes not specifically for this one, but for all these projects, right? On the other hand, it has a lot of hype, and it is the most innovative piece of technology in, well, crypto and in general. So it has a lot of potential, but it's all super high risk. Now, I hear people say, like Crypto God John, he says like, yeah, this thing is going to $4, like 20x from here, right? I would not really be that surprised though, because it's sitting at a $170 million market cap. But you want to look at it like, I mean, what's the limit, right? We do not know what the limit is yet, because in the last run, we had no AI hype. So we cannot compare it. We can't compare it to anything. And people are going to look for the strong projects, and the strong projects is OXO, for example. Look, I mean, this thing has been going up only basically, and only in this last recent dip that we had, people are getting a new chance to get in, because it was giving nobody a chance basically, right? So with a $170 million market cap, hey, 1.7 billion for a 10x and a 3.4 billion for a 20x. It is all on the table actually, and I must say that I find this very hard, you know, to predict, because it is just unpredictable. Actually, you could put some fips on it, and you know, the 1.618 is sitting at around 130, give or take. So that's more of a 7x from this point. I don't know. I'm going with this one for at least a clean 10x. I would not be surprised, but then again, I just don't have the data to go off on this one, and let it come as a surprise, man. But I think this will do really well. Okay, next one is blockchain bets. This is such a moonshot. Blockchain bets is a, well, it says it in the name, right? It's a gamble-fi project, and the positive, well, the negative thing about it is that in a market where we are in right now, where altcoins are by far not catching up to Bitcoin, people are not going to gamble because they don't have money in the first place. We want to see a market where altcoins are making people money, and then people feel like, yeah, okay, I have the money for these kind of bets, right? So it is now extremely low. It's bleeding really hard. It went from 5 cents to less than a cent right now. So it came down way harder than the rest of the market. It's also kind of because it went up way harder than the rest of the market. I mean, the price was sitting kind of at levels where we were right now before it had a run up and did a 10x right here. And it was even, I think it was even lower, at least at some point, not sure. But this is the type of coin that in a bad market, it bleeds hard. And in a good market, it just goes up hard. So this is a very market-dependent kind of project. Now, the positive thing here as well, it's only listed on MEXC, right? So it has the potential to list on better platforms later, better exchanges later. And also, it's in Alex Becker's his wallet. And, you know, at a certain point, if he will talk about this thing can pump really hard. We saw it right here, basically, what happened, right? It was sitting nowhere. Becker talked about it. Well, it's not that it pumped because Becker talked about it, back talked about it because it pumped, I think. But nevertheless, the combination was really good. It's still developing. It looks actually pretty good. I think it's pretty undervalued at the moment. The app is cool. The only negative thing as well is if you look at the liquidity that they have. But yeah, that's the thing. If you look at $6 million market cap kind of coins, right? You cannot expect to put 50K in it just like that. Wait, it has good liquidity. I think I have it mixed up with another project. Well, that will come later in that case. Sorry, my apologies. This thing actually has a lot of liquidity, especially compared to the market cap. It looks really good. So yeah, this is actually pretty nice though. And yeah, if you look at the levels, like every time it was sitting at this level, it had a massive pump, right? Massive pump. Sitting at this level, had a massive pump. 0.005 all the way to 0.06. Incredible pump, guys. So yeah, this is a moonshot, but it's super high risk, definitely. But this betting narrative, where could it go? I could see, like, I don't know, man. I can see the market cap history, but it was kind of the same over here. It was sitting at a $60 million market cap. This could go to 100 plus maybe. So blockchain bets, 20x definitely on the table. All right, next up is Paid Network. Paid Network is also a launchpad. The only thing that they have done, which I think is not that smart, is that you have to have 75,000 tokens for the max tier. At least from the little research that I have done, I think that's it. Forgive me if I'm wrong about that though. But if that's the case, then people, you know, when it comes to the launchpad, have no intention to buy more tokens than that. So that lowers the buy pressure. Now, apart from that, it is a well-known good launchpad with a market cap of just $30 million. It's like obvious a good buy to me. If you look at the price chart right here, it says, you know, it was 4 or 5 cents before it broke out all the way to 40 cents. It was a insane pump. Then it went back to that area. That's why I bought into it. I think that was, and this is still a great area to get some of these tokens. Now, if you look at Seedify, this went to a $350 million market cap. Could go to 500. I don't really see if Paid has the right mechanics to make people buy, right? So if they create some good buy pressure, why this cannot also go to around that area, right? Which is around a, what is it, 15x from this point, right? And since Paid has some work to do, I would say they might not completely get there, but a $300 million market cap is definitely on the table. Therefore, I'm putting this at a 10x at the moment. Next one is meme coin number 1. This is bread. I have some red in my portfolio. I don't like meme coins that much because I think that, you know, this is a reason why you should like meme coins, 220% in a day, right? But then again, these are the exceptions, right? Utility is, of course, non-existent for these things, and therefore I don't really like it, because if the market ever takes a good crash, which it always does, then these meme coins have no utility to fall back on. But that's my opinion, man. But bread is a token that I think is one of the leading meme coins for this cycle, actually. If you look at the price chart, you know, once Bitcoin does well and the whole market, bread does well, right? Once the market doesn't do well, it basically goes sideways. It doesn't take that huge hit or anything. I think in an altcoin season could do well. Thing is, it's already sitting at a $1.2 billion market cap. Now, it's not that there is a ceiling or anything necessarily. I mean, if you look at Doge currently sits at a $19 billion market cap. And if you look where it went in the previous bull, went to 80 billion, right? So that will be like, what, a 70x for bread if it pulls off a Doge? The thing is, it's not the new Doge. It's bread, right? It's not Doge. It's not Shiba. It's not whatever. It's bread. I, however, think there is some good potential for bread, and it might 10x in this market. It might. Next one is Anyone protocol. This was Aether protocol before. They migrated to Anyone. And why is it called Anyone? Because if you remove a couple of letters, it says Anon. And I'm writing this completely wrong. Anyone protocol, as you can see here, they have their capital letters, and you see exactly how it works. This is interesting. It has a $133 million market cap. Fully diluted is the same, so they have no dilution. That's good. And they don't have a lot of price history, unfortunately, since they migrated, but it kind of looked like the LXO chart. It was also just going up, 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 up. And this is, deeping combined with privacy. So these are two super great factors in crypto that have the hype and the utility. Which I think is a great combination. They have good volume. They have decent exchange listings so far. They're on, of course, Uniswap, but also KuCoin, Maxi, BitGet. Well, decent. Like, there's KuCoin and the others fucked up exchanges, of course. But again, the volume is good. The tokenomics are good. I think that this could have the hype. And I can say that I have to put it in the same position as RXO. I think that's fair. But again, I'm filling this list, cautiously. Okay, if I say something can do a 5x, it could do a 7, 8, 9, 10x, of course. But I'd rather place it too low than too high. Otherwise, we create false expectations, and that's not what I want to do. In the meantime, please give the video a like, guys. Would help me a lot. All right, next up, we have Playa3ull Games. Playa3ull Games is, in my opinion, it could be a gem. If you look at Playa3ull Games, so what it is, it's a gaming studio built on Avax, and the Avax narrative, it was already quite there. And the projects on Avax, they really profit from that, right? So as you can see, the price was sitting at 0.0005 and it went all the way to 0.009. So it did like a 20x or so. It was absolutely beautiful. If you look at the market cap, wasn't even tracked, but it shot all the way up to a $46 million market cap. Now it's sitting at 7, guys. So it's not like at the lows yet, but I don't know, man. I wonder if it gets back down there. I think that Avax is going to do really well. Gaming is obviously going to do really well. So if you combine that and you have a gaming studio on that, yeah, it's really good. It's really good. I do have to check how the market cap does compared to the fully diluted and how the vestings are, because that's of course super important. But nevertheless, a bull wins from vesting. That's just what it is. So I think that if Avax or Playa3ull Games just to go back to its previous all-time high, it should do a, what was it, from a $7 million market cap to like 50. It's like an 8x or so. This could definitely be a 20x coin if the market really does well and all the narratives pick up at the right time. Next up, we have Avax. Avax itself is, yeah, like I said, it's a good chain. It's an underestimated chain, and it's basically it could pull off a Solana. Now, Avax is of course not your 100x gem, but if you look at market cap, it's now sitting at an $11 million market cap. Highest it went was 30 million, but that was when Avax did not really have much to it. Now with their whole side chains and the gaming on Avax, etc., and the biggest crypto game coming to Avax, off the grid, Gunzilla, and we have the Shrapnels, we have the Playa3ull Games being built on it. I think Avax could go surpass its all-time high, which is then price discovery. So I don't know how high this could go, but I would not be surprised if Avax does a 10x, and that's pretty good. Like, it's better to have an Avax there than a paid, for example, because Avax is obviously way lower risk than paid. So I think that this is one of the better bets in the list so far. Next up is Blendr. Blendr, it's AI, it's rendering. It's a super high risk coin for sure. And that's mainly because the market cap is not like that high. It's $30 million at the moment. Fully diluted is also $30 million, so I like that. If you look at market cap, it doesn't track it right here, but it went at least to 85 million. It's now sitting at 30 million. So how I look at things is, this wasn't too long ago, right? So if it went here in May, it's July now, right? It's 2 months later. The market conditions, the global economy, everything, it's quite the same right now. So just to go back here, it's a 3x already. And it has the right narratives. It does have to really pick up. And the question is always like, is that going to happen? But projects like these, with a $600 million market cap, is definitely possible. So I can put Blendr at the 20x category. Nevertheless, it is a high risk play, but again, everything up here is like I said, but Blendr is a really high risk play. Next up is Chainlink. Chainlink, I have it in my portfolio, but I'm not sure about it. I'm not sure. Why do I say that? Well, Chainlink is a coin that we need, so that's pretty clear. We need Chainlink. Chainlink has one of the best utilities in crypto, that's for sure. However, it's also just really boring price-wise, right? It's almost like Cardano or XRP, but then it moves to the upside overall. But Chainlink is not a spectacular coin. Chainlink is not gonna 100x from here or anything like that. Currently at an $8 billion market cap, highest it went was 20. So could it go do a 5x, something like that? That's probably possible, and I will put it right there. But to put it in the same list as Seedify, I think that then Seedify belongs here more, but whatever, who am I? But Chainlink, it depends what kind of investor you are, right? If you're like, I have a lot of money and I don't want to risk too much, I just want to make some good steady gains and be risky in the first place by going into altcoins, look at the Chainlinks, etc. But other than that, don't expect high returns from that. Next up, super degen, is Carlo. Carlo is a meme coin on base we spoke about earlier, and the market cap for Carlo is super low right now. It's $3 million. It went way higher than this, by the way. It went to like 30 million or something like that. If you look at the price as well, sorry for but I'm having a badass cold. But yeah, no, it was sitting way higher than where it is right now. Now the thing is, it's a meme coin, so the risk is 100% out of the 100, right? If any coin could go to zero mostly, then it's this one, purely because it is a meme coin. That, however, also gives it the opportunity to do really well with a $3.6 million market cap. I mean, that could definitely go places. We have seen meme coins into the billions, right? If it were to do 100x, that's 360 million. That's not even like that high cap for a good meme coin. It's on base, good chain. They have good partnerships. They have a good, strong community. So I would say Carlo would be the 50x or more. But again, super high risk. It might as well go to zero. Okay, so be very, let me be clear about that. Next up is Beam, and Beam is gaming infra, and I think that that's the best play that you can get into. Like I'm very vocal about, I think that if gaming is not in your portfolio, you're doing something wrong. Gaming is the most obvious play, more obvious than AI. Why? Gaming has working products and it's getting better, and we know that there is demand for it. There's more demand for gaming than there is for crypto, right? So gaming, crypto, it's way too obvious and it's gonna explode. The only question is when. Okay, now you can bet on all the single individual games. It's like meme coins, most will wreck you, and there will be some winners here and there. If you want to stay a little on the safe side, you can look at the infrastructures like Beam, and it went all the way to a market cap of more than $2 billion. It's now sitting at like 900. So that's a 2/3x to just go back to the previous cycle high. I think that once we get a good gaming bull run, Beam could be the $10 billion market cap coin. So Beam is also, together with Avax, actually a relative safe play. with, in my opinion, a pretty easy 10x to come. So this is also where I have most of my positions into. It's not, again, that I feel like, oh, this could give most, so I will put most of my money in there. I also don't want to lose that money. So my highest conviction, lowest risk plays are for now definitely Avax and Beam. Next is Crown. Crown is anyway built on Solana, and it's the good chain, right? That's the chain where you want to look. It's the winning chain, so the projects on Solana will win as well. If you look at the exchange listings, interesting, right? Not a single big exchange has listed them. We have Maxi, BingX, like these exchanges that don't care what you are or what you do as long as you pay them, right? But no KuCoins, no Binances, no Coinbases, no nothing, right? So the potential is there. There's $50 million market cap, 120 fully diluted, and I think that this could be a big winner. At the top of this peak, it was like close to $2. It's now sitting at 50 cents. So going back to the previous all-time high, it's already a 4x, right? It's sitting at $165 million market cap over there. Right now, the price chart looks interesting to me because it now looks like it wants to find a bottom. I'm not saying it will, but it wants. And therefore, I stacked up on Crown at these levels right here. I've got my bag. I need to get some more. I think that this is a really good play. And this Crown, actually, with a $50 million market cap, I am wondering, will it do a 10 or 20x, right? Somewhere in between. So I will put it at 10 for now. But 20 will not really surprise me if that happens. Next on the list is a low cap, a single game, Decimated. Decimated, ticker DIO, is a very good looking crypto game built on Solana with a market cap of $7 million. Fully diluted market cap is $17 million. So that's also the fully diluted is super low cap. And I don't know if I have a good gameplay trailer right away, but it looks absolutely fantastic. Here you have it. This looks like what crypto gaming is supposed to look like, right? With all these games coming out right now, and they look like they were made 15 years ago. This is also, compared to a Web 2 game, not really spectacular, but for a crypto game, it is looking really good. And especially considering that the price is super low right now. Like I said, with a $7 million market cap, I feel like this is quite undervalued. And there are more of these, right? You have Metados, you have Xverse, and I don't have them right here because I invested in the pre-sale, so I'm getting invested. It's not something that I will buy for my portfolio, but nevertheless, just as good, right? But in this case, Decimated, low market cap, decent volume. Coin, where was it? KuCoin, I thought. It's not a KuCoin. A Huobi listing. Gate, that's it, right? So basically just Huobi, the biggest exchange. And if you look where it came from, yeah, price-wise, I mean, it was sitting at 0.08. It's now sitting at 0.017, which is quite low. And if you look at the previous cycle right there, it was crazy. It was sitting at 50 cents, but the market cap was completely different, right? That was a market cap of $24 million. While we are just like 3x, 4x away from that right now, while in price we are more like 30x away. It's because the tokens are now getting vested, right? And that's why the project is now way better to invest in than back then, of course, because there is not much vesting ready to get dumped on you, right? So that's what I like about the project as well. I think that this has a lot of room to go up. Solana Gaming was nothing right here, and although it went from 150, like $80,000 market cap to 24 million right away, crazy. I think that we won't do like, and how many X that was, whatever. I don't think we're going to do that right now, but if this game picks up, and it will be a success, and everything will be better when it comes to the vesting, etc., etc., could be a 50x gem, definitely. Next on the list is Blendr Network, which is Dsync. Dsync, $200 million market cap for now. It has the right narratives. It has the hype. When we look at what's popular right now, the whole deep in space and the AI, cloud computing, etc. Storage. When you look at it like that, then Blendr should be on your list. It's simple. That's just, I don't know. I feel like this could be a big winner. If you look at the price chart, it's pretty new. It came out, and basically since it came out, it doesn't really care about what the market does, right? It just kind of goes sideways, which is good because, yeah, it doesn't care much about the pumps. But then again, we haven't seen much altcoin pumps since April. But it also doesn't really care about the dumps. So I feel like whenever altcoins are going to pick up, especially AI, DePIN, whatever, this might be a huge winner. Now, yeah, it's already sitting at a $220 million market cap. What I like, though, is that they managed to do that with only Uniswap, basically, right? And also, again, Gate and Maxi, but I won't even consider those existing, right? But with barely any decent exchange listings, like, they managed to hold on here. They have the funds to list on good exchanges, for sure. The revenue that they are making is crazy, right? So this could be a big winner, and this could be a multi-billion-dollar market cap project. So although it is already sitting high, I think that Dsync could be a 20x project. That's actually what I think is possible with this one. And it's like, it's higher in market cap, which is usually seen as safer. But still, it's a new coin, it's AI, it's DePIN, it's all speculative. So don't get me wrong, it's fucking high risk. Next is a Wagmi AI. You may not have heard of that because this is a really low cap coin, mega speculative. It has a market cap of $5 million. So the market cap is basically sitting nowhere. If you look at the website, it's an AI powered market data oracle, empowering users with cutting edge AI models for unmatched real-time market analytics and insights. Now, of course, it sounds fantastic. It sounds fantastic. And if you dive into the project, it sounds even more fantastic. In reality, it's mega speculative. And this is the 100x or nothing gem, really. So, you know, yeah, well, 100x could 50x as well, maybe. But the vesting is really good. Most of the tokens are already vested. So that's what I like about it. It doesn't have a lot of dumping coming for you. If I look at who's following them, it's always important. I feel like, yeah, couple of big names, but not really. So again, this is a super high risk, high reward play, but it, in my opinion, can't hurt. Like, this is in my portfolio and it can't hurt to put some money into this. But as you see, from the moment it came out, they had a bad timing, right? They came out basically just before the altcoin dump. So they went all the way from 60 cents to 5 cents, give or take. But they are now ranging at that price area since the last 2 months almost, right? There could be another leg down, definitely. And the volume, it's completely dead as well. So there are a couple of like negative things to it. If you look here, they have an insane amount of liquidity. So that is what I really like though. So it will take a lot for whales or whoever to actually dump the token. But as you can see, there are a lot of sales going on and not a lot of people are buying it. That could suggest something. Then again, this could really be a moonshot, guys. This could really be a moonshot. So I will place YAI at the, I don't know, 20x. I want to say maybe even 50, but let's stay a little careful and say 20x. Next up is Ethereum. Ethereum, I can already place this in the 5x. Why? Well, it's very simple. If Bitcoin does a 2x, right? And Ethereum stays flat against Bitcoin, then it means that Ethereum will do a 2x as well. However, if I look at the Ethereum Bitcoin valuation, Ethereum is quite low compared to Bitcoin. If you look at the chart like this, right, it can go lower, but at a certain point, Ethereum will play catch up with Bitcoin, right? So if Bitcoin 2x's and Ethereum 2x's against Bitcoin or whatever, then it's already 4. I think that Ethereum will do fantastic. Also, if you look how Ethereum did in the previous bull markets, which I think nobody talks about really, if you look how parabolic it went, right? Here, right? It went parabolic. Here, Ethereum was not deflationary. Now it has deflationary mechanisms to it. So yeah, I don't know. Interesting. Also, we have the Ethereum ETF right now. So 15K Ethereum. Maybe I'm way too not too bullish. Maybe it goes right to 30K, but again, I don't want to get my hopes up. Next is Gamestarter. It says it in the name, right? Gamestarter is a launchpad specifically for games, and Gamestarter is a really micro cap launchpad. It has a market cap of 3 million, fully diluted is 10 million. It's nothing, right? Again, Seedify is already sitting 30x from here, and I think that Seedify could do a 5x, right? If this could actually be a ripper, right? It could be a ripper. But it kind of like, I don't know what they're doing wrong. I don't know why there is no like demand for the token or anything like that. I really have to dive into it. However, if you look how it did, like the last pump we had end of last year, beginning this year, you saw that mainly launchpads were really outperforming. And I can already give you this. That's going to happen again. At the end of this year, beginning next year, whenever altcoins are going to pick up, launchpads are going to be the outperformers. Why? People make way too much money. They want to get into new projects, right? Now the market is like, the altcoin market is the other way around. So people feel like, why should I get into new projects? The projects that I'm currently invested in are not even performing in the first place. Therefore, I think it's now interesting to look at these tokens because now they're cheap. Simple, very simple. And if you look at this, it went from 2 cents, basically 2 cents, to what was it? 32. Incredible, right? It did a, what's that, 15x, something like that it was? Crazy, even more. Crazy. And now it's like not even close to that 2 cent level though. But yeah. Maybe it gets there. Maybe, I don't know. Therefore, if you look at these kind of videos, never be like, oh, good list, I'm going to buy it all, right? No, look at the list and do your research on it and then wait for the right time to maybe DCA in a little bit after you looked at it, right? Because we're in with Web3 whales as well, but we have a small position and we're going to get more. But I want to see how the price behaves because now it's just a big downtrend, right? We have a high, a lower high. Working on a lower high right here, and who knows how long that goes on. At a certain point, we will bottom somewhere, and the lower we do that, yeah, the more money you can make, of course. So by looking at Gamestarter, the narrative is there. The price chart says, like, guys, pay attention to this thing. Market cap, not tracked right here. But yeah, it was sitting at a 600K market cap. Now it's 3 million. 3 million is crazy cheap, man. So Gamestarter could be a 50x or more, for sure. Next up is, I have an X and I have an X. One of these is IMX. Okay, this is IMX. The other one is Kondux. IMX. Great play. Great play. This goes in, I can already tell you, man. This goes right into the Avax Beam category, if you ask me. Why? Gaming infrastructure, same as Beam. 200 games coming to IMX only this year. They already have like 150 or something like that. If you look at the market cap, made a new all-time high compared to the last all-time high by far already. So if that's happening in a non-alt season, hey, let's go get into price discovery during alt season with this one, man. I think that this is if you want to have exposure to an altcoin with some good upside potential, but relative safe as well at the best narrative in crypto, in my opinion, IMX is your play. IMX is really your play. Sitting at a $2.4 billion market cap right now. Of course, it sounds high, but who says that, you know, what's the ceiling for these things? And I just want to, you know, let you know, I said this in a couple of videos before as well, but the people, for example, that invested in Cardano right here, they were like, yeah, you know, it's already sitting at a $2 billion market cap. Let's not invest right now. And look what happened. It went completely crazy. After that, the parabolic phase began, right? So it's not impossible to look at a coin with a $2 billion market cap and to still expect something parabolic, okay? And I think that IMX is definitely a good play. So it's in the 10x right there. It's not going to give a 50x in my opinion, but 10x should be doable. Next up is Trader Joe. Why do I have some Trader Joe? Because I want exposure to Avax, and it's very simple. If Avax does well, the leading DEX on Avax, which is Joe, does well, right? But it is lower cap, so it will move harder. Now, if I look at Joe over the last year, then it went from 20, 30 cents, give or take, all the way to 110. It's not even correct, man. It's not even correct. It should be higher than that, actually. Where's Joe? Where are you, man? It went all the way to 124, right? The price chart on Joe is healthy. We have higher lows, higher highs. That's great, right? It shows strength in this market that we are in right now. And again, whenever Avax picks up, I think that this is a great position to have. Now, you're also buying it around the higher low, right? Not the higher high or whatever, but the higher low. It's a great position to buy it in, if you ask me. So, Traded Joe, where could it go to? It's kind of hard to say, of course. I mean, last market, it went to $500 million market cap. It's now 150. I think that this will be like, I think we're going to surpass that. Let me put it like that. We almost already did it right here. Right? And again, to put it in perspective, this was a full-blown alt season. This was the opposite of it. So, I don't know, in a full-blown alt season in this market, yeah, it could do better than that. So, if you ask me, Joe could do a 10x. Next is Jewel, Defi Kingdoms. I've bought a little Jewel. Why did I do that? I said it in a video before as well. Team is still building. They're still doing a very fantastic job. If you look at the market cap where it came from before, it doesn't show you here shit, man. But it was sitting at a $1.5 billion market cap. It's now sitting at 15 basically. So it's actually 100 times as low right now. And in the last year, you can clearly see that it came from 7 million, give or take, and it went all the way to 60. So it basically already did a 10x. A dead coin or whatever doesn't do a 10x. Right now, it's kind of back almost as where we were. So here's where I stepped in. And I don't know. I think that this could be a really, really good one. People are speculating. Yeah, there's a CX listing coming. Yeah, if everybody's already excited about that, then that's priced in, right? So I don't care about that, actually. I care about the product, man. And they have a good product. They have a strong community. And the price chart shows that it wants to move in the right market conditions. So therefore, Jewel, at this level, I think that this is somewhere between a 10 and a 20x, but I lean towards 20, actually. Next one is Kondux. Kondux is a coin that I already made some nice money on. I 2x'd my position on Kondux so far. Yeah, if you look at this price chart, it shows like, hey, we were, let me show you, fucking hell, whatever. It was sitting at a cent or so, right? Cent, 2 cents. And it went all the way to 16 cents. And then it went back to 2 cents. Right? It's now at 5. It's a 3x to get back where it was. And that's, you know, I don't know, with a $24 million market cap, the right narratives, right? Again, it's also the AI narrative and the whole hype that we are having right now. I think that this is a really, really good play. 3D asset security, OpenUSD plus blockchain. Check this out. I think that this could be a banger, a real banger. Kondux with a $24 million market cap could go to 500 million in my opinion. So let's put that at the 20x. Elumia, Legends of Elumia Crown, whatever it's called. I don't know. I always Elumia Crowns. Okay, so this is a game built on Solana as well. And it has a $4.6 million market cap with a 7 million fully diluted market cap. Now, I quite like how low this is compared to the quality. It's not crazy AAA or anything like that, but it is actually looking good. Let me see if I can find some gameplay right here. Well, you see some gameplay right here. For a crypto game, this looks better than 90% of the crypto games out there. And with a $5 million market cap, I don't know, man. I don't know. This should be a real banger. If the team keeps on delivering, if they keep on building, if they stay active, if they make it through this altcoin reckoning that's going on right now. And as you can see, they keep on posting on Twitter. They get some good interaction. A lot of big accounts are actually following them. I think that this is if I see this like this, I just instantly want to buy a little more. So yeah, of course, it's super high risk. It's a single game. It's super micro cap. I think that this is a real good one. And if we look at the liquidity that the pair has, it has $35,000 liquidity. So I don't know, the liquidity is complete shit. There are literally meme coins made by random people that have more liquidity than this. So if you want to be a Bitcoin, have liquidity like a Bitcoin. Nevertheless, that's on chain, of course, right? And they also have their listing on Gate, Huobi, XT. So yeah, so I mean, this is where the real volume comes in, especially Huobi, right? So that's a decent listing right there. If we look at now, I can see the market cap. If we compare it to what happened this year, it was sitting at 1/5 of a cent, basically, right? And it went all the way to 3 cents. So it had a fantastic run. It's now lower than a cent again, almost half a cent. It's nice. It's getting back to these lows. It's really getting back to these lows right now. It's basically sitting here, right? Where we were before the big pump. So this might be a huge support level. For such a game, I don't know. I don't know, but this is going in the higher category right here. Next up, we have Enjinstarter. Enjinstarter is also a launchpad. Now, there's a thing. There are multiple things that I don't like about Enjinstarter. For example, their UI sucks, and it's very unclear to see what IDOs you participated in. The user, yeah, it's just the user experience is just not good on Enjinstarter. And also, if you look at their liquidity, they have $155,000 liquidity on the Ethereum chain, which is okay. But for an $8 million market cap coin, I feel like, come on, do a little better than that. And then if you want to buy it on the Binance Smart Chain, you see that they have liquidity, which is complete shit as well, right? So it's very hard to buy a decent bag of Enjinstarter. Nevertheless, it is a launchpad that has proven that they know what they do for the most part. The tokenomics are good. And I'm not here to name all the cons. I mean, I invested in it because I like it more than I don't. So Enjinstarter has a long way to go up, in my opinion. Never look at the price, right? And be like, it can go back there. If you look at the market cap, it doesn't track it again, fucking coin market cap. But then you'll notice that the market cap was not that high. It's because a lot more tokens got vested in the meantime. And now the vesting is pretty much almost over. Maybe a third, not even, to go. If you look at the last year, it went all the way to slightly over a cent. And it's now sitting at 1/4 of a cent. So it has to do 4x to get even back there. I think Enjinstarter 20x is $160 million market cap for a launchpad. Yeah, it's definitely on the table. Next one is Monkeyball. Monkeyball was a single game, and they decided to say that they're going to turn into a gaming studio. Now, why do I say it like that? Because if your game flops, the hype was huge, and if the game actually flops, what I mean, doesn't, you know, has so much success as everybody expected, then you want to, you know, turn it around. I mean, it came out, and basically from that moment it crashed, right? They also came out at a poor moment. They haven't seen a altcoin bull market yet, right? They released and the bear market came. That's kind of what happened. So it's also kind of bad luck. And you see, once altcoins do nice, this went from a cent to, what was it, 7 cents, give or take, almost 7 cents, right? So they did pretty well. Now it's back at the cent, right? So it's back at a cent. And if you look over full price history, this is kind of the lowest that it went, basically, right? So it looks like it might be a great buying opportunity right here. $6 million market cap, 10 fully diluted. They expanded to Solana on base. They have the right chains. I feel like, yeah, gaming studio, Solana, base, nice. I just feel like, okay, now do what you're supposed to do. Where are your games? You rebranded to a gaming studio. Where are the games at? Right? I only see the soccer. And what they call themselves is UNKJD. I don't know, but I think names in crypto are important. And this is not a catchy name at all. So if anything, they have to change that. Nevertheless, could this be a very big success? Yeah, this could be a 20x coin. Mega high risk though. Next up, also super high risk, Neuros. Neuros is a fairly new project released by Seedify as a very micro cap project, and it's an AI game. They have a market cap of $1 million. Fully diluted is basically double, so not that big of investing. And if you look how the price moved, it was sitting at 0.005 and it went all the way to 0.15. Did a 30x, right? And now it is coming down nicely. We are not back at these levels. I wonder if we get there though. But I like it. I think that if they keep on building and they keep on delivering, this could be a big banger. But it all depends if the team says like, hey, you know what? It's not going to work out anymore. We ran out of funds. We found something new, whatever. I think that this is a pretty cool project and I'm an investor in this one. I give him the benefit of the doubt. If this project succeeds, easy 50x, because even then it's just a $70 million market cap or something like that. And with these narratives of AI and gaming, etc., I won't be surprised. Then we have Paal. Paal is, AI, Telegram, right narratives, that's for sure. And it's also one of the winners already. If you look how the price chart moves, you can clearly see that Paal doesn't give a fuck. It went completely crazy to 80 cents. It didn't stop, right? And then it thought like, okay, man, I am tired. Let's get back down to 20 cents, 18 even. Yeah, that seems like a great entry if you ask me. I, however, don't see why the price has to be that ridiculous high for a Telegram bot. Maybe it's my lack of research. Maybe it's way more than that. I don't know. But it felt so overpriced. Then again, it did it so easily. And it's just the narratives right now. So I cannot ignore that. So I have some in my portfolio. It's definitely not my highest conviction play. Because I am not researched enough about their utility. But that's on me. So I'll come back to that though. But purely based on the price chart and the narratives, it's clear, right? It had that resistance right here at 18 cents. I said it back then, like, guys, it's coming down there. I'm in. I bought here. Perfectly. Sitting at 29 cents right now. Might be a good winner. It might be a real winner over time. But for this thing to do 100x from here, you know, everything is possible, but I doubt it. Based on how it's running, etc., I give Paal a 10x from this point. Then we have this GPU. Now, GPU is an interesting, of course, the narrative is completely there. Node AI GPU, it's completely there. People love it. It's running. It is the hottest thing right now. If you look at the price chart, it's not crazy healthy, right? It's basically down only, but the last couple of days it has a good run. And whenever this thing pumps, it pumps hard, right? We went down and we pumped hard. We went down from 92 cents all the way to 170. Now we went down to like 44 cents and we pumped all the way to 112. This is a great trading coin, actually. But I'm in it for the long run. I'm staking some, whatever. It's all fine. Market cap, $100 million. Let me see. Yeah, it went to 200 million plus. Easy 250 or so. This is, I think, at least $1 billion market cap coin. So I'm putting it this at least in the 10x. Then we have Ronin. I don't know what to say. Again, Avax, Beam, IMX, Ronin, same place. It has the the gaming infrastructure. Ronin is a great chain. It's getting easier to use. It has the biggest games on it. $700 million market cap. If you compare the market cap to where it came from, we were sitting at 1.3 billion, give or take. So it almost has a 2x to do to get back there. And it's one of the stronger coins, especially if you look at the price chart like this. Where's my dear Ronin? Here we go. You can just see like, wow, right? There's a low, higher low, higher low. We have a high, higher high, higher high. It's in a big uptrend despite what the market does. And buying it near the lower lows is just a great idea if you ask me. So I'm a big Ronin fan. I think Ronin could actually be one of the safer coins that's coming closer to a 20x even. So I almost want to put it there, but nah. Then we have Prime. Prime is, let me get to Prime. It's gaming / a little bit of AI. Prime with an E, FOMO, very nice, thank you. I bought in around these levels. Now, why did I do that? Because Prime was running up right here and it was stuck at that $7-8 range. And now it's coming down from $30 basically over $7.50. I feel like, hey, if this was the resistance, let's use it as support. It's on Coinbase, it's on Bybit, has good exchange listings, crypto.com. Binance should be like the next one to expect if you look at it like that. As you can see, it has like great announcements all over the place. And this could be a real runner this cycle. $250 million market cap. I think Prime is a very easy, also 10x, not too high risk kind of coin. It's not the gaming infrastructure really, but it's bigger than just a game. Then we have Render. I was very late with Render, to be honest. I just had some trash in my portfolio and I felt like, man, let's convert it to a winner, right? And that was Render. And I bought around this level, give or take. I had Render in the last run, but for this run, I completely missed out. And yeah, I mean, the big move for Render is over. It went from 40 cents all the way to like $12. It did 30x already, maintaining that $6.80, $2.5 billion market cap. However, it from this point, I don't know, it might do a 10x. It's already a winner. It's just huge. It's not gonna 100x from here, but a 10x in a relative safe coin is good for your back, in my opinion. The next one though is Karrat. Please guys, by the way, like the video if you want to have exposure to my portfolio on what I exactly have, what I invest in, how much I have in what. There's Patreon link down below. I also make exclusive videos, etc. So do check it out. But the next one is Karrat. Now Karrat is the token. Wait, Karrat. Here we go. So Karrat is the token for my pet hooligan, which is a beautiful crypto game. If you look at the website, I don't know if we can find a lot of information about it right here. Trailer. Let me turn off the sound real quick before I get demonetized on this shit. Yeah, it's not the trailer that I was looking for actually. Cinematic, too bad. A little gameplay right here. But this is looking like a freaking fun crypto game, right? The thing is though, $60 million market cap, but 580 fully diluted. So what you always want to do if you see something like that and you just don't know about it, go to just like crypto rank or whatever and look for it, because you can see the token vesting right here, and then you can say like, hey, is this favorable or not? Most of the unlocks are happening in October. Well, in October, 19th of October. The development, early contributors 1 and 2, these are gonna dump anyway, but the development probably as well. And then team and advisors also in April next year. So there is a lot of unlocking going to happen exactly in the time when I do expect the market actually to pick up. So that's going to be a battle. So therefore I feel like, hey, if it was already fully diluted, Karrat could do, I want to be careful, could be a 20x from here. In this case, I think we are lucky if we are going to see a 10x with this one. Lucky. But therefore I'd rather put it at a 5x. Right? Like, again, the token investing is just gonna be, you know, it's not gonna be that awful. It's all the way to 2029 basically, right? Or 8. But still, there is constant sell pressure for this one from airdrops, from early contributors, from the team development. Like, yeah, that's too bad, man. That's too bad. So this is one that I have in my portfolio just to have exposure, because you'll never know, but I don't have a lot. Next one is Sidus. Sidus is basically a whole gaming ecosystem, and they had a decent pump because they also announced that they were going to have a launchpad, and that was making Sidus go from low levels to way higher levels. But it's just another launchpad developed by Decubate, same as AI Tech, Dex Checkpad, whatever. It is not special, okay? Maybe it will be, but for now it's not. $35 million market cap though. I can, from this point, see this thing go to 350 million, I think. That might be possible. So yeah, this goes in the 10x. I think the place is right there. Yeah, next one, Spartadex. Spartadex is a launchpad that I talked about pretty early. We made some good gains, but I hope you took your profits as well, because from that point it's now coming down pretty hard, right? Went all the way to 120 and it's now sitting at 10 cents. So it's dumping way harder than all the other coins. According to CoinMarketCap, it has a market cap of $600,000 and a fully diluted of 112 million. That's not correct. That's not correct. So I'm going to show you on CoinGecko because that's definitely not the case. So they should update that. Sparta, you should do that. No, you have my holdings right here. Fuck that. $4 million market cap and the fully diluted is 11. Okay. Token investing was killing the price. Moving to linear was a bad idea. Who's using that, right? It's way too complicated. It's like, it wasn't Arbitrum. It was fine. Why do you do that? Turned out not to be such a great idea, actually. However, if we look at the price, yeah, it's sitting where it came from. But then again, if you compare market caps, it's 1.2. It's now sitting at 4. It definitely is not sitting where it came from. Nevertheless, it is a launchpad as well. It's a gamified DEX. I think they are moving quite slow lately with their gamified DEX part of it. The launchpad had some good releases. And especially for a launchpad, it is low. It's really low cap. And if the team, let me put it like this, big disclaimer. If the team does the right thing and they move in the right directions, then this could be definitely a 50x coin. Next up is Solana. I have Solana in my portfolio, but a little bit. Why a little bit? Because I think that the price is so high right now. I cannot see this thing go from $8 all the way to 180 and then go in, right? Sometimes you just want to look. I bought low and I sold a little higher, but I missed a big part of the run as well. Doesn't matter. I put that money into something else that ran. That's not the problem. But I cannot look at this and be like, wow, it had such a big run. Maybe it will run further. Let me put my money in, right? Sometimes you want to look at it and be like, okay, you know what? We missed this. I don't know, $80 billion market cap. Yeah, this is not going to $1 trillion or anything. It might do a 5x from here. But I would only buy Solana if the market sees a really, really, really big dip, actually. There's some low caps in here now, man. Next up is virtual poker points. Virtual poker points is kind of the same as blockchain bets, by the way. It's just betting, man. It's just betting. And I think that this was the one where I had to bitch about, because this has a $1 million market cap, 5.6 fully diluted, so it has some dilution to come. If you look at the liquidity, low. Liquidity, amateuristic shit, kind of childish bullshit liquidity. Team, if you're watching, what the fuck are you doing? Do something, right? People cannot place a normal buy order right here. I wanted to buy some, but I couldn't, so I didn't, right? So if you place some liquidity, then maybe people will get into this coin. Because this is nonsense. And this also shows like, hey, where's the revenue for the project? Because if there was, they could add that to the liquidity. Instead, they used it to list on a shit exchange without liquidity as well. So I don't know about that, man. Yeah. Nevertheless, it had a fantastic run, right? It went from 0.002 all the way to 0.08, 40x. And now it's coming down nicely. Alex Becker is going to shield this micro ass cap one day as well. Probably. So this is my moonshot. Like, this is the kind of coin that I feel like I just want to sell it. But I just know one day this thing will do... But maybe before that day it will completely wreck us. So, yeah. This could be here, but also again could just as well be zero. Next one is Domi Online. I recently bought a little more. I think that Domi Online is a really good play actually. If you look at single games built on Avax with the right narrative, then Domi Online is the place to be. $5 million market cap, 30 million fully diluted. Price looks like, whoa, easy, right? Went from 0.003 all the way to 0.07. Big fat 20x. And now it's coming down very hard again. The Avax hype was there. The gaming hype was there. The altcoin hype was there. Alex talked about it. And everybody all of a sudden loved this, right? Well, the product is better right now, but the price is low. Why is nobody talking about this? You see what's wrong with people in crypto? Therefore, I now want to like it. So, therefore... $5 million market cap for such a game. This could be a 20x from here, maybe even 50. Next one is Wagmi. Wagmi Games is mostly focused on mobile, which I am very much agreeing with. Also, the tower defense game is nice. $14 million market cap at the moment. Almost everything is diluted, so I like that as well. And if you look at the price chart, you can see that these spikes are crazy, man. So yeah, not buying it right here. I don't know. It went to a $60 million market cap, no problem. That's a 4x from this point, let alone what it does in an alt season. So I think that 150 million is on the table. So I give Wagmi a 10x, if not 20. Next one is Wilder World. Let me get to Wilder World. Wilder World is one of the... If you would ask me, like, what's the top 5 best looking crypto games, Wilder World is in it. Maybe even top 3. And if you look at the price, market cap, then it's not sitting at a very bad level right now to get in. Last market cycle, it already went to 500 million. I think it could go higher right now. There is more competition right now, but the game is so much better right now, and there's more money coming into crypto, etc. So this is already a 5x from that point, right? I can see this surpass double or so. So let's give this a nice 10x and a relative safe 10x as well, right? Because it's already there. 3 to go. Superverse is the first now. Well, first. 40th or so. Super is a coin that showed, like, you know, if the market runs, we rip the shit out of it. Went from 8 cents to 160. Did a 20x. And it maintains that 70 cents level very nicely. Superverse, from this point, I would say between a 5 and a 10x. And in that case, I would lean more towards 5. but I'm not sure. It could be 10 as well, but somewhere there. Then we have Hash AI. Hash AI is a coin that I have in my portfolio, and I have so much mixed feelings about this one that I just don't know what to do with it. Should I sell? Should I buy more? Should I do nothing? So far I'm doing nothing. It's quite new. It says it in the name. It has the AI narrative, so the narrative is definitely there. But it's also so freaking speculative. It's so new and it's so fucking blocked. Whatever, man. Thanks, Phantom, for blocking it for me. I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one. With an $80 million market cap already, I feel like, yeah, this could go somewhere. If you look where it came from, it was sitting at a $150 million market cap. So yeah, it could do it 2x ago, get back there. So let's give this a 5x, you know, to go on top of the bull market. And then last we have Altera. I lately also bought a new bag of Altera. Why did I do that? Because gaming will come back, NFTs will come back, and then Altera is the place where you want to be. Now Altera is currently sitting at a $20 million market cap. If you look where it came from, in this cycle was 70 million already. Here it was sitting way higher. I don't know exactly where it was. Price was at least sitting at 35 cents, man. I don't know how the token investing was, but I think Altera has a decent leg up, and with 20 million, this should be into a couple $100 million if you ask me. So I would place Altera at a 20x gain. That's it. I'm tired. I want to cry. I get a lot of people that probably don't agree with me, and that's completely fine. This is also my speculation. Am I going to be wrong about every single one of these? Yes, of course, predictions suck. But this is just kind of my expectation when I look at my portfolio. And that's not everything though, but it's a good list. So again, if you have coins that you feel like, include them in the next one. Let me know. I'm happy to do that. For now, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys very soon.